because I have a cold and I'm coughing.
Hello everyone, thank you so much for tuning into our webinar. We're just going to give students a couple of moments to join and then we're going to get started. Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining. We're going to go ahead and get started. Before I give it to James and he can officially start the presentation, I'm just going to officially talk about Education USA and USCFP, just introduce our organization, what we do, how we do it. My name is Natalia Khan, and I'm an Education USA advisor based in the Lahore office. And I just have a brief presentation that will talk about Education USA and what we do. So what is USCFP? USCFP is the United States Education Foundation in Pakistan. It is a binational commission between the government of Pakistan and the government of the USA. In Pakistan, Education USA is housed within USCFP. And we have our flagship program, which is a Fulbright program. It is a fully funded scholarship for masters and PhD students. If you're interested, you can go to the USCFP website and read more about the Fulbright program. So what is Education USA? In Pakistan, as I talked about it earlier, we're housed within USCFP. We have our advising centers, our offices in 3 cities, Lahore, Karachi, and Islamabad. We are a part of the US Department of State. We provide students with accurate, current, and comprehensive information. We offer resource guidance and advice on how to find the best fit university. These are just the services that we offer. We have free in-house sessions, such as this session right here. We have them, some of them are virtual, some of them are in person. We have free workshops for the GRE, SAT, TOEFL. We have a resource library if you ever want to come study, check out our books. And our most famous service is the one-on-one advising. We are 3 advisors in the Lahore office, and we're all US grads. If you ever need help with anything, you can come up to us. You can email us. Our email will be at the end. You can register with us. You can go to Education USA Pakistan and register for free advising services. Here's our email address. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email us. And I'm going to give it to James, and he can start his presentation and introduction.
Thank you and welcome from Study New York. And here are 6 universities in New York State, and we'll let you watch this. Please save all your questions that you want to ask live until the end. But at any time in the Q&A or in the chat to us, you are welcome to type questions. We will read them out loud at the end after 45 minutes of this presentation, and we will answer your questions live with representatives from University at Buffalo, Clarkson University, SUNY Polytechnic University, and my university, Touro University. Here we go with the Study New York STEM Advantage. Thank you for joining us today. We are Study New York. This is the New York STEM Advantage. You see, we have a great lineup of speakers from 6 universities from across New York State. That photo at the top with the red tree, that's of the beautiful campus of SUNY Albany. We have Jane Benson Rivera from SUNY Albany who will be here today. You can see Niagara Falls and New York City also spread across our state. So we are Study New York. We like to call ourselves SNY. We believe that New York State is the #1 place for international students to study in the entire world. We are anchored by the great city of New York City. Many of our students with their CPT internships and OPT internships from across the state end up with their internships or employment in New York City or in one of the many cities or small towns across New York State. State University of New York has 64 campuses. Albany, Buffalo, Binghamton, Stony Brook are the big four. And you also have many small campuses and many niche campuses. You'll hear from Albany and Buffalo today, and also SUNY Poly. City University of New York has 16 campuses, and you also have many great private universities. You will hear from Long Island University, Clarkson University, and Touro University today. Members are very diverse. We have 45 members right now of Study New York. You can reach out to me at any time at program@studynewyork.us to get connected with the international team at any of these universities, or go to our website, studynewyork.us, and find your university, and that will list the contact of that university. You can see that CPT is very active with our students, especially the STEM students. Our students from all around the world are getting great CPT internships and then OPT employment afterwards. And we'll talk about the 3 years of OPT employment eligibility a little later when it's a STEM program. The picture in the upper right is from a covered bridge in the beautiful Adirondack Mountains of New York State. And Study New York goes to all the major events, NAFSA, ISEF. We will be at IC3 this August in Mumbai, India. So please sign up for the IC3 conference in Mumbai, India, and look for me at the Study New York booth. And we might have some other universities joining us there at the IC3 conference in Mumbai. Education USA advisors visit us frequently. And here is a visit last July to Midtown Manhattan of 10 Education USA advisors. New York State is pretty much the only state in the United States with major train access to all of our cities. So west to east, there's a train, Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse, Utica, Albany. You're going to meet University at Buffalo. You'll meet SUNY Poly in Utica, and you'll meet University at Albany as well. And north to south, major Amtrak train right up to Montreal goes up through Albany and Plattsburgh. So all of the schools you meet can easily connect with any part of the state. Clarkson, it's just a short bus ride to Plattsburgh or Syracuse to connect with the train lines. And of course, New York State is the state with the highest average digital tech salaries. And that's from Robert Half Tech Salary Reports. We have passed San Francisco and Silicon Valley. Our tech salaries are 36% higher than the US average. So fantastic opportunities for CPT internships and OPT. I know a student from Buffalo who had her OPT in fashion in New York City. So you've got the whole state open to you. In fact, the whole country, but New York is really the best place for employment outcomes. I will turn it now over to Jane in University at Albany.
Thank you so much. My name is Jane Benson Rivera from University at Albany, part of the State University of New York, which is the largest comprehensive system of higher education in the United States. University at Albany was founded in 1844, so we've just recently celebrated our 180th anniversary. So a little bit about our university. We have about 17,500 students at the undergraduate, master's, and PhD levels. Our international students come from just about 100 different countries. For academic offerings, we offer over 50 undergraduate programs and more than 150 graduate programs. We do offer substantial scholarships for all levels of study. At the graduate level, we do have assistantships and fellowships as well. We are a Research One university, so there's 5,000 institutions of higher education in the United States. There's 187 Research Ones, so we're very proud of that designation. We are very much known for our research activities. Big focus in healthcare, pharmaceuticals, AI, cybersecurity, and environmental sciences. The Albany area is a wonderful place to live and to study. We are the oldest continuously settled town in the United States. Very vibrant industries, so lots of jobs. As I mentioned, clean energy is big here, software development, pharmaceuticals, semiconductors, all very large employers in the Albany area. We are one of the top 20 most educated cities in the United States. Number one for integration of AI talent. Number 6 as an emerging tech market in the United States. And again, we do have about 50 different programs that are STEM designated. That really gives students a tremendous benefit when they're looking to stay and get some work experience once they complete their academic program. So at the bottom, I've just listed a few. The one that I would say would be unique to Albany would be our nanoscale science and engineering programs. Those are very much sought after degrees in the United States and globally as well. We get our students engaged in research from the first semester that they're here on campus. So again, they leave us very well prepared for the employment sector. 170 plus research centers and labs, either directly on our campus or affiliated with UAlbany. I've just mentioned a couple here as well, but every student should expect to get the opportunity to do research and experiential learning as part of their educational experience with UAlbany. We're also very well known for atmospheric sciences and environmental sciences as well. Again, the focus on research, many universities, these students doing master's and PhD programs certainly engage in research. At UAlbany, we focus very much on getting undergraduates engaged in these activities because we know when they apply to either their first job or competitive internships or perhaps graduate programs, having that research experience, the hands-on experience will certainly benefit them. It also benefits our research activities here on campus as well. So we really strive to get students engaged in those areas. I've just chosen to highlight a couple of our more interesting, it's all interesting, but some of our cutting edge research that we're doing with our students. So again, our focus on renewable energy, atmospheric science, forecasting storms, forecasting what will happen as glaciers change and evolve and how that impacts communities with their water supply. We very much get students out into the field to work on these projects. And this is a student working in our ion beam lab. We've had it on campus for 50 plus years. We open it up to people from other universities as well as researchers in the private sector. So this student is one of our physics students working in this world-class facility. And just a few of our employers of our graduates, again, things like healthcare, pharmaceuticals, certainly the tech fields, our computer science and informatics students do very well as our finance students, places like Goldman Sachs. And at this point, I'll turn it over to SUNY Poly. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Will Javian Dawson, and I am the admission counselor here at SUNY Polytechnic Institute. Like Jane, we are also part of the SUNY conglomerate. There's 64 universities under the umbrella of SUNY, and we happen to be one of the independent universities. One thing I commonly come across when I travel outside the US is Polytechnic is often referred to as a trade school or not as a university. So I do want to clarify that we are a Polytechnic university, and that pretty much just means that we provide experiential learning through our labs that we have on campus. A little bit about our stats. So we are a smaller university compared to the Big Four. We have about 3,000 students altogether. That gives us an average student to faculty ratio of 13:1 and an average classroom size of about 18. As far as proximity, we are in the center of the state of New York. New York is a large state, so we're directly in the center. We're about 4 hours away from New York City area, maybe about 3 hours away from Buffalo, an hour away from Syracuse, and also an hour and a half away from Albany. So the programs that we offer, we have 4 colleges. We have the College of Engineering, we have the College of Arts and Sciences, the College of Business, the College of Health Sciences, and we also have 4 graduate programs. That'll be data science, civil engineering, computer science, and also cybersecurity. Of these programs, we have over 17 STEM designated programs, so students will be able to qualify for their STEM OPT, and all of our graduate programs are STEM designated as well. So we prepare our students to be leaders in these high earning industries. So these are just to name a few of them. So up to 33% growth by 2023 is expected in these industries. We also have partnerships with local companies, some that are within arm's length away from campus. So Wolfspeed is actually on campus. Some of our students come and they get like additional funding, whether it's through research or through internship, through the CPT opportunities that are available. We also have Indium, AFRL, Mohawk Valley Edge, MVHS, and these are just to name a few of the companies that we have partnerships with. Along with that, we have CGAM, which is Center for Global Advanced Manufacturing. This gives us 8 state-of-the-art labs. We have anything from additive manufacturing all the way to CNC machines. You have your 3, 4, 5-axis CNC machines. You have nanotechnology labs, digital prototyping, AI, and robotics. We also have a lot of funding being pumped into SUNY Poly. We're actually in an innovative stage of our founding, where we have workforce development, student scholarships, and also funding coming in for our engineering labs and stuff like that. So along with the labs, we also have 14 new research centers on our campus, anything ranging from engineering to health science, computer science, sciences, AI, machine learning, also the arts. So this allows students great hands-on opportunity and experience when they're on our campus, and also just give them that collaboration where they're able to collaborate with other students from different programs. So this is one of our students. She's actually from India. She works in one of our research centers, and our research centers are pretty large in number. I mean, we have AIX, we have machine learning, we have healthcare, we have biology labs, and we have a lot of research opportunities. So along with the funding that we provide, we also have these research opportunities where students could get like assistantships for like additional funding. They could also do interns with these labs as well. We have quite a few resource centers on our campus. One of them is our career service office. So when students are looking for job opportunities, whether they're looking for interview preparation, career fairs, graduate fairs, networking workshops, all of that, career services would help provide these resources and tools for our students. And we also have an international student service office. So when students come to campus, they're going to want to intern. There are federal regulations as an F1 student. So our ISS team would make sure that students are in compliance, and they would help them with CPT, OPT, and also the STEM OPT offerings. So I mentioned that we have funding opportunities. We have these funding scholarships, merit-based scholarships for every student who applies. As long as a student meets our minimum eligibility requirement, they will qualify for one of the merit-based scholarships that we offer. We offer scholarships both at the graduate and at the undergraduate level. So that'll be bachelor program or the master's program, anything ranging from 5,000 all the way to 9,000. And thank you so much.
My name's Colleen Flynn Tapalia, and I'm the Senior Director of International Admission at Clarkson University. That photo is of the central academic core of our campus. All the buildings are connected by those walkways that you see there, because we do have all 4 seasons, including fall, winter, spring, and summer. Clarkson is all about STEM, and that includes pretty much all of the majors at Clarkson, and that even involves business. So many of our programs are STEM designated in the business school, but pretty much all of them are STEM designated in science and engineering. All of our programs require hands-on experience, which is a great way for students to build their portfolios and their CVs. The cutting edge research on our campus includes things like our Center for Advanced Materials Processing, which is supported by New York State. Since we're here to talk about New York State, I thought I would emphasize that Clarkson is home to CAMP, the Materials Processing Center, and it is designated by New York State as a Center for Advanced Technology. There are many universities across the state that host these kinds of specialized centers. I believe Albany is one of them that just emphasizes the forward-looking approach that Clarkson has. Also, we have access to scholarships and funding for these STEM programs. For the undergraduate students, that funding will come in the form of scholarships. And for the postgraduate students in master's and PhD, it will come either as a scholarship or possibly an assistantship. Those are very competitive. These are the majors at the undergraduate level, and most of the graduate programs, most of these have a corresponding graduate level program. You can see a strong emphasis on science, on business, and on engineering. We have specialized accreditation in engineering, where we're ABET accredited, and in business, where we're AACSB accredited. We have an international center that helps support students with everything from their visa, maintaining their visa and their I-20, to cultural programming, orientation, and also the International Center serves as a place for students to go when they don't know where to go, because the folks there are very adept at identifying what the issue is and helping a student get on the right path to solving it. We focus a lot on co-ops and internships at Clarkson. So this is one of our PhD students. He is from Bangladesh, and I would say South Asia is our largest region represented in our international student population. India being the largest, with Bangladesh and Pakistan also in there, and a few students as well from Nepal and Sri Lanka. Undergraduate programs at Clarkson all require a professional experience. This professional experience can come in the form of an internship or co-op. It can be research in a faculty lab, or students can participate on a speed team. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But these opportunities help students gain professional skills and feel more comfortable in the U.S. work environment. They also help students get on a more even playing field with their American counterparts. So when it is time to go out and find a job, they have all the advantages of those experiences off campus. Some of these companies are familiar to you that employ our co-op students. Because these are STEM programs, most of the co-ops and internships do involve the students getting paid, which is great for the international students. Some of these are big international corporations like Walt Disney and BMW, but others are more regional or local. In either instance, the student gains great experience and builds their applied knowledge, how to apply what they've learned in the classroom. This photo is of our recent research and project showcase. The students do these poster presentations. There's also other activities, but it's a very exciting time on campus. We call the research and project showcase RAPS. That's a lot easier to say. RAPS is a twice annual experience at Clarkson, and it highlights students' achievements. One of the popular elements of it is a pitch off, and that encourages students to use not only the skills they brought to bear on their projects, but also their communication and persuasion skills. And cash prizes are awarded, which is always something students are excited about, especially international students. That photo represents students from, I think, India, Bangladesh. Oh, the third student, I think, is Uzbekistan. And then the last student there on the right is from Nepal. So a broad South Asian representation. Okay, I promised to tell you more about SPEED teams. So these are student-led, student-run teams. They compete against other universities' teams in specific disciplines. Clarkson has 13 SPEED teams, and I'll say that at many universities that have SPEED, they might have 2 or 3, but Clarkson goes all in, and we have 13 of these. SPEED stands for Student Projects for Engineering, Experience, and Design. So it's important to note that you don't have to be an engineering student to participate on a SPEED team. There are plenty of science students and business students on these teams. It's a great way to build problem solving and team work abilities. And there are lots of different things to choose from. Students travel the same way sports teams travel to compete against other universities in solving these various design challenges. I talked about the career opportunities that the internships and co-ops give you, but to tell you a little bit about what happens when students graduate from Clarkson, we rank top 40 in the country for early career earnings. And the average starting salary for a Clarkson student leaving us with a bachelor's degree is about $75,000 a year. That's from the class of 2024. That's the one that we have the full year information for. We also have high median career salaries, and our placement rate is 97%. That holds true not only for our domestic US students, but for our international students as well. And one of our favorite statistics is that 1 in every 5 Clarkson graduates is a CEO, president, other senior executive, or even an owner of a company. So people are really showing their leadership skills after they leave Clarkson. This is my last slide. I just wanted to show you a bit about what happens outside of the classroom. We have a lot of clubs and athletics and special events that students can get involved in. You can see that I've highlighted South Asian culture in the photos that I chose for this slide. On the left is a cricket competition. In the middle was a Diwali celebration. And on the right was our most recent Holi celebration, which was very international. We had a lot of students from African countries playing colors for Holi. It was a lot of fun. And I think that's it from me.
Hi, everyone. Good morning, and welcome to our STEM Advantage session. My name is Freddie Cicchetti. I'm the Director of International Admissions. Thank you so much to Jim and everyone here in Study New York for taking the time out of their day to talk about their STEM offerings. This is incredible. Hearing about Albany's STEM programs and in different fields like environmental engineering. It's really fascinating. So excited to be here and talk about Long Island University's programs. So Long Island University has about 15,000 students across 2 campuses. We have a campus on Long Island that's about 45 minutes outside of New York City. And we have a campus located in downtown Brooklyn. So right in the heart of New York City. You can study at both of our campuses. You can double major and have that STEM designated major as part of your as part of an option for you to double major. We have over 250 undergraduate and graduate and PhD level programs across both of our campuses. We have 1,000 international students, over 1,000 international students from 90 countries. So it's a great place as an international student to study. As we've all talked about, there's so many job opportunities in and around New York City. There's over 50 Fortune 500 companies in New York City. Our post campus is beautiful. If you want to be just outside New York City, you can take our virtual campus tour. We have an Amazon tour series as well. So if you want to hear some student testimonials, we have great new content that you can look at. We have housing at both of our campuses, athletic facilities at both of our campuses. We have 40 Division I athletic programs. So definitely check out our campuses. Our Brooklyn campus is nestled right in downtown Brooklyn. It's a 14-acre campus, so it's quite large for a New York City campus. It's one of the safest campuses in New York City. It's in a gated community. Again, we have virtual campus tours for both our New York City Brooklyn campus and our Long Island campus. So check it out and see if you could see yourself studying there. And looking at our programs, we have really new and exciting programs in artificial intelligence and computer science. Long Island University at its core is a health professions university. We have physical therapy, physician's assistant programs. We have pre-med. And what we've done a really good job at, I think, is incorporating technology into a lot of our healthcare programs. So you can do a STEM designated program that's in health. And some of the examples you'll see on the screen are drug and regulatory affairs, pharmacy, like pharmaceutics. We have concentrations in industrial pharmacy and cosmetic pharmacy. We have pharmacology and toxicology. We have public health. We have exercise science. We have business programs that are STEM designated, like MBA and data analytics at both the bachelor's and the master's degree levels. Mathematics. Again, we talked about some of those tech programs like AI and computer science. So I think it's fascinating how much we've incorporated AI into a lot of our degree programs. And our faculty really envision a future where there's more AI integration into some of these areas. We're envisioning a program like AI and drug development as a major that can be created with all the innovations happening in AI and drug development. We have brand new technology throughout our university that we're really excited about. One of those examples would be our OmniCell. Think of it like a vending machine for dispensing drugs. It ensures that healthcare facilities like pharmacies and hospitals have an accurate supply chain of drugs available so that they have those life-saving medicines and drugs available at their facility, and it eliminates supply chain issues, and it's more accurate, and really I think it helps medical practitioners focus on patient care rather than administrative or operational items like ensuring that you have enough supply on hand. So that's one technology that our students are using. They're learning the technology, and then when they go into industry and they do get jobs, they're able to advocate for those kinds of technologies in the space, in the companies that they're working at. So just one example of the new technologies that we have on our campus in pharmacy. So just looking at outcomes, 90% of our students get a job or continue their education within 6 months of graduation. We're a top 50 college in New York for salary potential. One of the big advantages of being in a STEM major as an international student is you can work on your visa for 3 years after graduation through the OPT program. And one thing we're really proud of is that 30% of LIU international students complete at least one CPT internship. It's 3 times the national average. So our students are getting great experiential opportunities in New York to intern at real companies in pharmacy, business, tech, international relations and diplomacy, things that are not STEM as well. So they're getting great opportunities through our location and our career preparation and everything we do to help international students navigate that process. We have over 285,000 alumni. We just celebrated our 100th year at Long Island University. So a lot to be proud of. And if anyone wants to connect about your students or you're a student yourself and you want to discuss some of our STEM programs in health professions, business, tech, we would welcome a one-on-one conversation with you and one of our admissions counselors to talk about your future and some of our degree programs and how you might be a good fit at our university. I think my next slide is my last slide. And again, my name is Freddie Cicchetti at Long Island University. And please stay in touch, and looking forward to collaborating in the future.
Thanks so much, Freddie. My name is Katie Langle, and I am the Director of Graduate Enrollment Management in the School of Engineering and Applied Sciences at the University of Buffalo. I just want to take a moment. Thank you for having us today, and it's been a pleasure hearing about all the various opportunities and programs across New York State. We definitely have a varied approach to everything, and I think it's wonderful to have everyone in one place here today. So a little bit about the University of Buffalo. We are the largest SUNY institution. We are the flagship university. We have a little over 31,000 students combined between our undergraduate and graduate programs. In total, we offer a little over 500 programs combined between graduate, undergraduate, and advanced certificate programs. The university is comprised of 13 schools and colleges. We do have 3 campuses, just like many of our schools on the call today. We are spread out in different parts around the city of Buffalo. We have our main North Campus, which is in the suburb of Amherst, New York, and that primarily houses all of our undergraduate programs. We have our South Campus, which is right in the city of Buffalo. That is actually where the institution has its main hub right there. And then we have our downtown campus, which houses our medical school. We are about a 20-minute drive from Niagara Falls and about a 90-minute drive from Toronto. So to give a little bit of perspective there, we are about a 7-hour drive from New York City. So we are on opposite sides of the state from New York. We, again, are the #1 public university in New York State, according to the QS World University Rankings. We are also a R1 research institution, just like our peers at SUNY Albany. And we have been ranked number 20 in the US for hosting international students. Here is a listing of the 13 schools and programs that we do offer at the University of Buffalo. We have undergrad and graduate programs in architecture and planning, the College of Arts and Sciences, dental medicine, education, engineering and applied sciences, the Jacobs School of Medicine and Biomedical Sciences, law, management, nursing, pharmacy and pharmaceutical sciences, public health and health professions, our Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Center Graduate Division, and social work. As part of these programs, we have 44 STEM designated programs at the undergraduate level and 116 STEM designated programs at the graduate level. The QR codes here on the screen for both undergrad and grad programs, you can take a look at those and you can find the comprehensive list of all programs. As we talked about before, UB is an R1 institute, and in the School of Engineering and Applied Sciences specifically, research is part of our core. We have just a quick blip of our top 10 new promising projects that we have recently published in our engineering magazine, Detecting Dyslexia Early with AI, Turning Algae into Allies, Teaching Robots to Feel. There's always something new and innovative going on, particularly in the School of Engineering and Applied Sciences. And we do have our QR code on the screen here where you can check out all of the latest research that is happening at the school. So we also at the university like to make an impact. This photo right here looks a little dark. However, this is our Society of Automotive Engineers. And every year during our homecoming event that we have on campus, these students that are part of the club, they build a giant bonfire for the big homecoming event, which is part of our American football program. And so they build this bonfire in the shape of the opposing team's mascot. So here you can see them building the infrastructure of this giant bonfire here. We also are part of many nationally recognized organizations, ranging anywhere from NSBE to SHIP to SWE. We have 200 plus clubs and organizations, specifically within the School of Engineering and Applied Sciences, and hundreds more across the university in the various 13 schools and colleges. The picture on the left-hand side of your screen, this is our Buffalo chapter of Panache. These are the winners of $25,000. They found that there was a need in the startup community for building model rockets to launch, and we are proud that this group of students did win the grand prize. And something that is new and exciting for us that was recently launched across New York State is called Empire AI. It's a $500 million consortium that is housed at the University of Buffalo. It's the launch pad for UB's expansion of new and highly sought after programs. Specifically within the Department of Artificial Intelligence and Society. This new program is a combined degree program between our College of Arts and Science and our School of Engineering and Applied Sciences. And there are many consortium members across New York State as part of Empire AI, not only UB, but New York State, CUNY, Columbia University, Cornell, NYU, RPI, and the Flatiron Institute. And then just to touch a little bit more about UB, we do have a International Student Service office that is solely for all of our international students. So they are part of our onboarding process for all of our new undergraduate and graduate students. They help all of our students, F1 and J1, maintain status. And then they also assist with CPT and OPT. We do have scholarships available at the undergraduate and graduate level. These are all merit-based scholarships. So at the time of your admission, you are reviewed for these various opportunities.
All right. Thank you, Katie. Thank you, University at Buffalo. I can quickly add, as we have many high school counselors who are on this webinar, it's a great idea to go and have a look at the websites of University at Buffalo, University at Albany, Clarkson, LIU, SUNY Poly, everybody who's on this University at Buffalo International Student Services website particularly has great frequently asked questions to do with F1 student status, living in the United States, medical insurance. I borrow from it all the time. So go and have a look at the websites of the International Student Services offices of everybody on this webinar. I'm James Schaefer. I'm with Touro University. Our main campus is Times Square. We also have campuses in San Francisco area, Nevada, Montana, Illinois, and an overseas campus in Berlin. We also have New York Medical College as part of the Touro University team. We have 21,000 active students in associates to PhD programs. I'm here to talk mostly about Touro University here in Times Square and our STEM programs. Touro has risen from number 343 national university ranking 6 years ago. We're now number 143 on the US News and World Report ranking. That's the most important ranking in the United States. At the undergraduate level, we are trying to grow our international undergraduate students. Currently, all international students get a 15% scholarship in year one, and then we have a retention scholarship for them in their second, third, and fourth years of 30%. That equals 25% scholarship for international students throughout. And that's a tuition base that starts at the same tuition that New York State residents would pay. I'm going to talk mostly about the STEM BS in biology program and the STEM BS in cybersecurity program. And we're proud that our cybersecurity program is recognized by the National Security Administration of the US government of a Center of Academic Excellence in Cybersecurity Education. And here is one of our graduates who got a fantastic job in software engineering as his OPT, and he's still there. He is from Azerbaijan. I'll also talk about pathway options. It's great when you reach out to universities in the United States to really talk about options for pathways programs from undergrad to postgraduate degrees. You may be able to help your students save a semester of study towards their postgraduate degree and save $9,000, $10,000, even $12,000 when they're paying undergraduate tuition for 9 or even 12 credits of the postgraduate tuition. For example, let's talk about UX UI. Here is a student in UX, UI, and interaction design. She was a graduate assistant that I worked with frequently. She worked on a lot of the marketing content at Touro University when she was a graduate assistant. So a student can do an undergraduate program in digital arts and AI, which we're restarting in 2027, and do a pathway to the Master of Science in UX, UI. Then our Graduate School of Technology particularly is very active in running workshops, running panels, doing visits to corporate entities. Anybody can join these. So if you go to the website, gst.touro.edu, you can look up the events and sign up for the AI or the UX, UI, or the cybersecurity workshops. Here's a student from India. He's a software engineer. His first job was with Urban FT. They had a nice headquarters in the financial district on Wall Street in the financial technology business. So again, the undergraduate students who can earn the STEM cybersecurity degree during their final semester can join a Pathways program to 4 or 5 different programs at the Graduate School of Technology. That's saving them about $10,000 in tuition and a semester of their master's program. And we just had this panel last week, including lots of senior security officers from some major corporations. Again, that was open to anybody who wants to join. Our career services office just had the tech students visiting the city headquarters, Citibank headquarters in New York City. You can do a psychology STEM. We have a great School of Health Sciences. The MS in Industrial Organizational Science, Psychology is heavily a career-based focus where you get into HR departments at major corporations. Here was a student who transitioned over to Industrial Organizational Psychology from the business program. She just needed to do a couple prerequisites to be able to get into the MS and IO psychology. And again, the business school just had a visit with the undergrad and MBA students to the NBA offices, the National Basketball Association offices, where one of our graduates works. The MBA program is a STEM program. It is ACBSP accredited. I just had a nice chat with the dean yesterday, and they are waiting for New York State to approve a new track in their MBA program focusing on artificial intelligence. So that should be happening hopefully by spring of 2027. Here's a graduate of our IO psychology program. She has the favorite title for a job I've ever heard. When she was at Peloton, she was the director of people analytics and team member listening. That was at the Peloton HQ in New York City. She has moved on to Microsoft. She is now the senior program manager of culture, intelligence, and analytics. And again, New York Medical College is our medical school. It is actually one of the oldest medical universities in the United States. In fact, it graduated the first female Canadian doctor way back in the day. So again, it's not a Pathways program, but if you earn a BS in biology from Touro, we consider that a pre-health degree. And when you apply to programs at New York Medical College or programs at the School of Health Sciences, you are guaranteed to at least have a preferred admissions consideration for programs such as cell biology or Master of Public Health and Epidemiology. All of those are STEM programs at New York Medical College. It is 1 hour by train north of New York City. And again, that is our flagship campus at 3 Times Square. We have 11 floors of that building. Across the street is the building where the ball drops every New Year's Eve as we celebrate ringing in the new year in Times Square. And unfortunately, they don't allow us to go to the building on New Year's Eve to watch the ball drop. They close it all off to us. But we do like that location right in the middle of Times Square. It actually opens up our students to be able to live anywhere in northern New Jersey, anywhere in the 5 boroughs of New York City, or even Long Island. to then commute into New York City. And those living in New Jersey, it's a little less expensive for their housing when they're living out in northern New Jersey, but it's a quick commute into New York City and then just walking to our school in Times Square. We travel frequently. This is Dr. Ranha. She is to my right in the picture, and that's us at Education USA, the Y-Axis office in Hyderabad, India.
All right, thank you. Let's go over to the Q&A now. Apologies, it looks like I left my microphone on, so you might have heard a siren at some point during that. I thought I had muted it, but I'm going to stop the share and we will do the live Q&A. So again, thank you, and my apologies for the fire siren you might have heard. I thought I had turned off my microphone, but that is New York City, so we always have things going on here. All right, so we are in the live Q&A. So I can introduce you to Colleen Tapalia of Clarkson University, Bridget Gorman, University at Buffalo. She's with the School of Engineering and Applied Sciences. And Will Javian Dawson, he is with SUNY Polytechnic, that is in Utica, New York. So we have all four corners of New York State represented here. So that's Clarkson in the North Country. That is University at Buffalo in Western New York. That is SUNY Poly in Central New York. And I'm Touro University here in New York City. So let's see, did we have any questions that we want to do? So I'm gonna ask some questions of the panel, and they can raise their hand and let me know. And again, if you would like to ask a question, please go ahead and raise your hand or type it in the Q&A or the chat. So questions for the panelists. How do you provide career placement support specifically for international students? And I'll go with Will Javian first.
So along with our career service office, we also have an international student service department on our campus. And what they pretty much do is they'll sit down with the students and they would sit with them and create a profile on the Handshake platform. And then with that, they'll be able to kind of browse through the inventory to find out what job opportunities exist. We also have local companies and also our faculty in our respective departments. They have research opportunities that they could really just go to the faculty, since we have a 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio. It's pretty small numbers in a classroom setting. I think the average classroom is about 18. And with that, they could just go directly to faculty, ask them for job opportunities. There's also jobs on campus that students can get while they're here. All of this would be through our International Student Service Department. And another thing is we do have, as a DSO, I have access to see this. So I'm able to see where our current or our prior students, where they actually are going to for like OPT or STEM OPT. So whenever our international students are looking for job opportunities, we could provide that list to them of current employers that are actually providing these opportunities for international students. That'll kind of weed out those who aren't versus those who are. That way they don't have to go on this endless or infinite loop search on Google and all of that to try to find a job opportunity.
Okay, thank you. Did another panelist want to answer?
Will Javian did such a good job.
Okay, all right. Next question. Can someone explain the process to apply for OPT and then the process to apply a year later as your OPT continues for the 24-month STEM OPT extension? All right, so Will Javian.
I want to take all the shine, but I'll definitely answer this one as well. For the most part, again, we have an International Student Service Department. They pretty much help students that are looking for any OPT or STEM OPT opportunities. And what it is, basically, there is a form on our ISS webpage where the student will complete this form. And once they complete the form, then pretty much the ISS team would work with them, with the employer and all of that, and then they'll be able to put it in. But there is a process that they would have to go through, but something that they would be well versed in once they are on campus and they are preparing for that. They have up to, I believe, 60 days to actually find a job upon completion of their degree. So they want to get that in probably like a couple of weeks prior to their graduation. Some do it sooner. So it really depends on when the student does it, but it has to be within a certain time.
Okay, and Bridget?
Yeah, so at the undergraduate level with OPT, you'll be working directly with International Student Services for CPT opportunities, especially at the graduate level. You will first be working with your academic coordinator to make sure your opportunity fits within your academics and discussing where you can align your academic goals within that. Then they'll fill out a form to send you, and then they connect you on over with international services as well too. So we make sure that at least at the CPT level that we can make sure that your goals are being met academically, and then we partner with ISS to make sure you're all set to go.
Okay, all right. Thank you. What scholarships are available specifically for international students joining STEM programs? And we can start
I'll
with
take
Colleen.
that one. It's not always the case that there's a specific scholarship for international students, but international students are eligible in most cases for all the merit scholarships that the US students are eligible for. So at the undergraduate level, it's mostly scholarship. At the postgraduate level, there would be both partial tuition scholarships as well as fully funded assistantships. And those fully funded offers are most likely going to go to PhD students who will be with the university a bit longer and come in with more experience. The master's students, by and large, are going to be looking at partial tuition funding.
Okay. Yeah, and I can add, always be asking about scholarships, always be asking about loans. I think all of us here are probably familiar that there are loan companies out there like Empower. If they're going to give you a loan, it tends to be for STEM programs. A lot of non-STEM programs, they will deny the loan. My school has an undergraduate international scholarship, and our grad school at Tech usually gives a $100 per credit scholarship to most international students. I think I saw, Will Javian, you raised your hand.
Yeah, I was going to mention that we do have scholarships available both at the undergraduate and the postgraduate level. They are partial merit-based scholarships, so they do depend on the overall CGPA. They range from 5,000 all the way to 9,000. At the undergraduate level, this is per year. At the graduate level, this is one award that is stretched over 3 semesters, so it'll be divided. But for the most part, we do have scholarships at all levels for every student who meets our minimum eligibility requirement. And then we also have research opportunities like research labs on our campuses where students could actually conduct research even at their first year freshman semester. So that is additional funding opportunities, but that's something that they'll pretty much inquire once they actually get on campus with their faculty and stuff like that. And then, of course, there are the third-party scholarships that you also mentioned as well.
Okay. And I didn't see if Bridget, if you had raised your hand, but
yeah, I'll mention that we do offer, similar to Polytechnic, we do offer merit-based scholarships at the undergraduate level, renewable each year. And then for the first time ever, we are offering master's scholarships. As of right now, it's only for the fall 2026 semester. But we will be finding out soon if that will be renewed for future semesters. So stay tuned.
okay. And And then let's wrap it up with one question, because somebody talked about what you need to show in portfolios or in research for PhDs, especially for PhDs in the STEM fields. What would you say to someone who's saying, what do I need to prove, or what do I need in a portfolio, or what research do I need to have done to be able to get accepted to a good PhD program? And Colleen, I see you raised your hand.
I would say, I actually presented on this yesterday. I would say that if it's not required, you should still include a resume or CV. For Clarkson, that's a required document, but that's a great place to plug in information that really just doesn't fit elsewhere in the application. And you can put a link on your resume or CV, which will stay live when you make a PDF of it. So if you have a portfolio on GitHub or ResearchGate or some other platform, you can include your final year presentation or project from your bachelor's degree, any research you've done after graduation. You really need to focus on the research, because the goal of a PhD student is to complete a large research project called the dissertation. So anything you can show to indicate that you have previously completed a research project will be a positive step in your application. Publications are also helpful. Even if they were just published in a prospectus at your university, it doesn't have to be a big international journal, but anything you can show to indicate the quality of your research, you should include in your application. You shouldn't necessarily include all the research papers as supplemental materials, but you should put them in a portfolio or archive that an interested professor can then link to through your resume or CV.
Okay, thank you. And anyone else on PhDs? All right, all right, Bridget.
I'll just quickly mention, when you're looking for a PhD, super important to understand the research that's happening at the university, and understanding that making sure that what your goals are, they align with the university itself too. Because when professors advisors are reviewing applications, they're sometimes looking for who can help them with the research that they're currently working on, and seeing who aligns with where. So doing your research with what the university is working on is super important.
All right. I think that will be it then. I'll ask the panelists, please go ahead and drop your email to everyone in the chat. And thank you all for joining Study New York. Again, we have 40 member universities in New York State. You can reach out to me at program@studynewyork.us. You can connect with EducationUSA Lahore, or connect with the panelists who are here directly. We can connect you with any member university in New York State. So thank you again, and I turn it back to Natalia Khan.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being here, for all of our students and for all of our panelists for taking time out for our students. We really appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Thank you.
Take care, everybody.
If you give me 1 second, I can drop those emails to everybody. Here we go. So
if anyone doesn't get the emails, you can always email lahore@educationusa.org, and I will forward it to you if that's for all of the students. Thank you.
That's great.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us today. Shit.